Hey guys, Michael Hunsucker here with Heartland Bowhunter and talking about some of the new updates on the RECONYX Cell app. One of my favorite things we've been working on for a while is the new targets feature. And historically, I've used the tagging feature to kind of catalog all of my pictures. And when it comes to like trail camera management and photo management, I'm like super detail oriented type A. And I obviously want to learn as much as I can about getting pictures of these bucks, their patterns, habits, and that type of stuff. So historically, I've used tags, like I said, in order to catalog these deer, and I do it by age, by the buck's name, and by property. And so I have all these different tags listed out. And one of the new features with targets now is you can actually add a shooter or a target deer to your list. And you can put the year that deer was born, so it will automatically update age every year, and which is a huge thing because with tags I had to go back and try to edit them and create new tags and swap them around. But so you just basically can add a shooter tag. You can mark them as a shooter or just a buck that you're tracking. So I mean, I keep track of bucks, from 2 on up until 4 or 5 when we're actually targeting the deer specifically. So it's really handy and just like keeping track of all of the different deer over the years. And then one of the cool features too is that as you're scrolling through your photos, if you see a picture of a buck and you're not sure if it's that deer, if it's one of your targets, you can do like a compare mode. So you jump into targets view here, and there's reference photos that you add for each of your target, and you can see on these reference photos I've added, they're cropped in nice shots of the deer where you can see his rack. And we can clearly see that this spike buck is not the buck that I have labeled as Boomer. But it's handy, when you're trying to compare bucks and see if it is for sure that deer, especially year to year. So I've only created 3 different targets so far, just based on deer that are starting to show up right now. Obviously it's pretty, midway in the growing season, so a lot of deer you can't tell how far along they are yet. So I've created 3 targets so far, and what I've been doing is going back in, and once I do add a target, I just go back to my tags, and I'll grab my tag here, and I'll go to this buck right here, 3-year-old PJ is his name, and I'll grab all the photos from him, select them all, and then I'll add him as a target. So what I'll do is I'll go to this tag that I have created for this buck, and I will go into select mode by holding down, and then you can select every day and it'll grab every photo from that day. So not a big deal when it's only 1 or 2 of the photos a day, but on days when you have bucks, when you have like 10 photos, you can grab every one of those photos by just tapping that day tag. And then once I do grab them all, then I will go into I'll hit the hashtag button up here at the top, and you can see the home targets right here, boom, 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 and you'll add that to a new target that I'll create for that buck. So just a really handy feature to be able to keep track of these bucks and watch them from year to year, like I said. So we have certain bucks that show up, every year, the same dates. They summer on another farm, and maybe they show up around mid-October, and you really start to put together all those kind of pieces to the puzzle through all the data that's showing up on the app. So really handy new feature that I'm super excited about.